Welcome to Fly Fishing Mama's channel. Today we're fishing and homeschooling at a pretty little pond near our house. Before we crack open the books, we're going to try and catch some bass and brim on our fly rods. If you stay with us until we're done fishing, you'll get to see what we're reading. I guarantee if you like fishing and adventure, you will want to read this book too. Let's see if the fish are biting.
Oh yeah.
You in there?
Yeah.
We have a few challenges today. Besides all the trees and grass that like to grab fly line, the sun is behind us and creating shadows in the water that can scare the fish. So we're being careful and trying to sneak up on them. And you'll notice at times we're casting sideways where the fish haven't been spooked by our shadows. Some fish are not as spooky as others, but it never hurts to be stealthy whenever you can. Andrew's tying on his special hopper.
Where'd you get it again, Andrew?
Trusted Butte or Buena Vista or something.
Yeah, we were in a fly shop in Buena Vista, and they had a cool thing at the front counter where they had guides and fishermen would put flies in there. I guess that they're kind of used and not good enough for guiding, and they give them to the kids for free. And so he's been using that and catching brim. He caught him on his first cast. So in this case, we hardly even need the casts. We're hoping to get some little one-weight rods eventually to do this, but he's got a nice short fishing rod, so it makes it easy to cast, or you don't even need to cast in this case. Just get his fly close to shore. I'm going to try to go down here and let's see if we can zoom in on the fly. Oh yeah. Nice. And just like that. What was that?
I feel like I caught this.
You caught him already? He's not very smart. I caught him. So pretty. Look at the colors.
I'm being a bit lazy and leaving on my elk-hair caddis and light tippet I used yesterday when we were fishing for trout in the river. An elk-hair caddis is a traditional little trout fly, a lot smaller than a fly you typically use for bass. And tippet is the fishing line on which you tie the fly. And the fishing line I was using yesterday was also much thinner than you typically use for bass. But over the years, I've learned that brim love this fly just as much as trout do. It's my favorite fly. I just didn't feel like changing my tippet. Hopefully, a big bass doesn't take my fly or I'm going to be very sad.
Oh, huge fish.
See a big one?
You can almost see him on the camera. He went away though. I'm gonna get close up, Mama, so don't cast.
Look. See the fly? It looks like an elk-hair. Right next to it.
Yeah. Where is your fly? I don't see your fly anywhere. Where? Oh, I see. I think I got it. Yeah. Here. You got it.
Alright. Thank you. Andrew's experiencing something all fly fishermen experience. When you fly fish, you have to have a lot of patience because sometimes the trees and the bushes decide that they don't want you to catch a fish and they take your fly line from you. Well, that's good. I see one there.
Me too.
Oh, here he comes. Ooh, that's a nice one.
Oh, he swam away.
I know a lot of people are intimidated by fly fishing because there's a big learning curve learning to cast beautiful loops or casting far, but really, if you live near any kind of a pond or stream, you can actually catch fish even when you're a beginner and you can't cast far, because as you can see, I mean, anybody could do this. It's a matter of just being careful not to get into the trees, but he's not having to do any kind of fancy casting to catch these little brim. And so either yourself, or if you're going to teach your kids how to fish, finding these little bass ponds with brim and bass in them, especially with the vegetation and structure near the shore, is a good place to get them hooked on, you know, just fishing in general, even fly fishing. Because you don't have to really, as you can see, you don't have to cast very far. And a lot of trout fishing is like that too. Here it comes. Yay!
Barely hooked.
Huh? Well, it's good. It makes it easy to release him. Look at that guy. Here. Let's see him.
Oh, never mind. He's not barely hooked. He actually almost swallowed it.
It's amazing, these little fish, little bite stuff, sometimes half their size. These brim are so fun and feisty. Nice, it came out real easy.
Yeah. That must be a soft spot. It's like a bullet. Here comes another one. I gotta get him out to him. I love this hobby. I was casting and
Nice.
I drifted my fly, but he was following it and I didn't see him and I was like, whoa. You wanna go?
Now let's see if you can catch another one. Oh.
They're so small now. They don't really swallow the fly.
Yeah, they have really, look at that little one coming after it.
Yeah, I caught that. Try. Do you see that?
He's looking at it.
How do they go right up to it and then it's going right away?
Well, Andrew might have got his last fish for today because we gotta start doing school, Andrew. We like to take a book with us when we go on our adventures, or even other school books, and do our schoolwork in between fishing and hiking and biking. Makes it a lot more fun than just doing it at the kitchen table.
This guy swallowed it. Its two front legs are sticking out.
Oh, that's not bad. We'll get that out.
Man, it's so hard to stop fishing when the fish are biting so well. But it's time for school and local kombucha. We're reading Randy Wayne White's new book, Fins. Try to say that 3 times fast. We're loving it, especially because it's set in Florida, where we spent most of our lives before moving here to Colorado. It's full of adventure, mystery, and best of all, marine biology. This is Randy White's first young adult novel. He's best known for his Doc Ford novels, which are very entertaining and educational too, just not kid-friendly because of language, violence, and other stuff. Doc Ford is a retired NSA agent who works as a marine biologist on Sanibel Island. The kids in this book help Doc and Hannah, a fishing guide, tag sharks for research and track down some ruthless poachers. I really love how much research goes into Randy White's novels, including this one. We sure hope he writes more kids' books. It's so fun to learn when the facts are mixed in with an exciting story. We put a link to the book below if you want to read it too. Well, Andrew keeps bugging to read just one more chapter, but we need to go and work on the garden. Colorado has such a short growing season. Even though our winters are mild compared to most other areas that have winter, we didn't have that in Florida. It kind of seems like a race against time to plant all of our seeds and starters so they have enough time to grow before the chance of snow returns. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. We really appreciate you joining us today, and if we've inspired you to fish and thrive, please share your adventures or your plans for adventures below. We'd love to hear from you. See you soon.